So, man, I am looking forward to this leg day today. Might be a gloomy day outside. You know, what are you going to do? But every muscle group I've been training since I was able to get back in the gym, right? I'm just seeing it. How do I describe it? You ever build Legos as a kid, right? And you have to build, like, let's say you're building a fighter jet. You got to build one wing separate, the other wing separate, and then the body separate, and the nose separate, and then at the end you just attach the completed wings, all the little pieces on it, the attached cone of the head, and the attached body, and the attached tail wing. Right? That's kind of how I'm feeling right now, getting back in the gym, getting back training, because I felt flat as a pancake a couple days ago before I touched any weights. And then the day after I trained back, I just felt like my back just felt nice and wide again. Man, let me tell you, this morning when I woke up, my upper body just looked nice and solid and full again, because my chest got some blood in it. So you got to figure, when I trained my back, my biceps did. When I trained my chest, my triceps did. My shoulders did. Everything did. So the last missing link that wasn't touched at all so far was my legs, and they're looking like little skinny minis right now too. To my ludicrous standards. So, man, I'm amped to just get some blood back in there, man. It's gonna be a good feeling. It's gonna be a good day. When I woke up this morning, man, excuse me, I'm yawning a lot today because I have a little bit of a head cold, so my congestion's pretty bad. But when I woke up this morning today, man, my body looked completely night and day from what I was when I was sick. I had that John roundness kind of coming back, if you know what I mean. That roundness, that shape that I usually have. Oh, I felt good to say it brought a little, it didn't really bring a tear to my eye, but I like to say it brought a tear to my eye, because it's a beautiful saying. So, that's what we're looking at right now, man. Feeling good, feeling strong. I got, for whatever reason, no sleep last night whatsoever. Where I was laying there. I was laying there in my bed for plenty of hours. But I don't know, I just kind of felt like I was laying there. Like I couldn't get that comfortable relaxation part to go to sleep, if that makes sense. So we're, oh my God. I'm hoping you can hear all of that, what I was saying before. I'm going to go off you can. If not, I'll raise the gain on it or something so you can hear it. I was looking in the camera, I'm like, let me make sure this thing is on. Like, turned on. I was looking for a little blue light, which is on. We're good. But I'm like, wait a minute, where the hell is it? And then I look down there, I'm like, oh my God. But I'm sure it's okay. So anyway, it picks up every noise in the gym. I don't see why it wouldn't have picked up me. Here's what I'm thinking today for legs, right? So we've been consuming calories like an animal. I'm looking forward to seeing where my weight is, because we were up about 2.5 pounds yesterday. So my body's starting to suck up the food again that it, like I said, I didn't lose 5 pounds of muscle. I know that. I just lost the fullness and all the glycogen that was stored in the muscle and the water and so on and so forth. So my body's starting to just hold back on to all that again, right? I'm looking forward to seeing what we weigh. I think it'll be up a little bit again today. Maybe another 2 pounds. That seems a little high, a little optimistic, but fingers crossed, right? We're trying to get big. Trying to get as big as we possibly can. So that's the plan, man. As far as the leg day plan, here's what I'm thinking. Ordinarily, this is like my kryptonite. I love to warm up with extensions. right? Like a real light set of 3 sets of 15 real light extensions. However, there's nothing worse than, and my first compound movement's always the hack squat. There's no worse feeling than seeing my hack squat get taken as I'm warming up my knees on the quad extension. You know, and I'm not somebody who's going to leave stuff over by the hack squat to make people think I'm. That's really not the right thing to do. So, if the hack squat's taken, we're going to start with the extensions, warm up a little bit. If it's not taken, we're going to go right to the hack squat, and we're going to do a lot of warm up, which is what I've been doing. This isn't new risky business. We're going to do a couple warm up sets on there. So like no weight to start. Instead of jumping into 2 plates, we're going to start with no weight, 15 reps, 1 plate, 15 reps. You know, real slow and controlled so that we feel every ounce of that lift. And just to wake the legs up and say, you know, leggies, it's time to work again instead of sitting on your butt. You know, man, that's where we're at now. So what I'm thinking is standard kick-ass leg day. I stretched a lot yesterday, stretched a lot the day before. My quads feel good. I'm hoping my hammies aren't too tight. I think they're going to be alright though. Excuse me again. We're going to go hack squat, leg press, RDLs most likely, followed by calves, and then the inners, outers, isolation work, extensions, things like that. I'd like this to just be a normal leg day, man, you know, because we have everything back in us for the past 2 days that we're used to having. Our body's been sucking up food. The weight's going up, so it's happy with that. I'm just going to let this asshole go in front of me. Oh, God. You want to cut in front of me, lady? Go ahead. She was riding my ass for like 5 minutes back there. And it's like, you know, buy me dinner first, right? At least you could do. And she tried to cut somebody else off, and now I'm in front of her again. You know, here's a driving tip for you people, all right? From somebody who drives far too much. If the road is relatively wide open in front of you, right? Even if you see cars in front of you, but they're all moving at the same pace, and there's no big gap in between any of them, like way up there, it means they're all moving at the right pace. So just, and you're happy at the speed you're going, just chill. Just hang out there, man. Because you'll find yourself, when you're swerving in and out of cars, driving like a jerk-off, you'll get behind one person who's concerned that you're driving like a jerk-off, and they'll begin to slow down, thinking they're, well, either trying to mess you up on purpose, because, you know, they're dickheads, and that's not a safe thing to do, but that's what they want to do. Or B, they're genuinely trying to slow down to let you get ahead of them to continue to do what you want to do so you're nowhere near them. But, you know, that doesn't work too well because they end up slowing you down when you're driving all over the place like Lightning McQueen. You know, don't get me wrong, I drive with relative speed, but I just kind of chill. I'm not one to be swerving in and out of people unless I'm behind somebody who's blatantly going way too slow, you know? That's just how I roll, at least. Whew. I have my pre-workout with me. Good. I don't know what happened. When I was getting in the car before to come on over here. That's a cool car. I forgot like half the stuff I was supposed to put in my gym bag. I don't even know what happened. I was just so thrown off today. Everything, I've been like, you know, it's gray, it's gloomy outside. Just for whatever weird reason, I'm in some weird little limbo. Maybe because I have a head cold or something, I don't know, but it's a crazy thing, man. It's a crazy, crazy thing. But anyway, we're like 11 people away from 400 subs on the YouTube channel. Man, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate it immensely. We were on par, way past on par, with the content we were putting out to have 400 people this February. You know, before March struck, until I got sick and the content slowed down. You know, we still posted every day, but it wasn't what everybody wants to see. You know, you want to see training, you want to see posing, you want to see good times in the car, hanging out, good vibes. You don't want to see somebody sick. That's no fun to watch. So I'm hoping we can still hit that 400 within the next couple days. You know, it's I don't want to say a long shot, because we've done that many new subscribers in a day, but that's nowhere near what the average is for us, you know, as a small page. So that'd be cool. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't matter. It's not why we're here, man, you know. Not why we make videos. Make videos because we enjoy it. Make videos because I just enjoy taking you guys along with me, you know, through a day in the life of seeing what we're doing, how we're training, how we're progressing. Getting all my thoughts out there, just throwing it out there at you. You know. I was watching a Tom Platz motivational video, not today, but yesterday. And a lot of what he was going into was intensity. And if you're familiar with Tom Platz and his mentality, anything of that nature, Tom had a completely different mentality toward training, toward bodybuilding, toward all of this. Not in the way that he had this intensity threshold he knew how to tap into that other people couldn't. It's not that. Just this out-of-body, otherworldly passion for it. You know, we all love bodybuilding, and we're all passionate about it. But he had this whole different, you know, he had this passion for bodybuilding like it was a woman he loved. You know, not this thing that we all enjoy to build ourselves up, better ourselves, improve our body, and so on and so forth. He had this different level of in love with bodybuilding, if that makes sense. Where we all love it, but in love with it is a whole different story. You know. But we are close enough to slam this pre-workout. Cheers, my friends. Ooh. Man, that never fails to wake me up. I'm starting to think pre-workout companies don't actually put any stimulants in there. They just put so much weird stuff together where you're like, ugh. Where I swear that, and granted, because I'm mixing two different flavors of two completely different products from different companies and everything, but man, I swear that's the reason that I wake up so much faster from the pre-workout. Not the product itself, just whatever I do to make it taste that way. You know, man? Whew. All good things, baby. All good things. I made sure my little tripod wasn't turned on before we got in the car, because now I gotta. You ever see something weird online where, like, did you know in Australia snakes can come out of the toilet? And it's like, oh, new fear unlocked, right? So now for my training, it's like, oh, new fear unlocked. I'm gonna make sure that when I'm recording these videos, I gotta check that tripod. I'm like, am I good? Am I good? okay, we're good. And then I can get in the car and proceed. But man, we'll be there in a minute. Looking forward to taking you guys inside with me. Let's have a great leg day, and I'll see you there. Let's get it, baby. The last little piece of that Lego puzzle piece, the Lego puzzle set that we're putting together, right? That last snap-on, where we got the wings, my back, we got the body, the chest. All we need now are those wheels, those legs. Filling them back out, put some blood in there, and then we'll see what they look like. So, with the shoulder today, we can't really support as much weight in that arm as normal. So instead of going about 315, 365, for the RDLs at least, I mean, don't get me wrong, we're going to make up the intensity on the hamstring curls to really make sure they're still hit. But as far as these are concerned, just to really get that stretch of the hamstring belly, we're going to keep it super light, 135, and just really milk that time of detention, you know? Go stupid slow down. There's no reason to go really slow up, because you're not actually getting anything else out of that. When you do an RDL, you know, you're getting everything out of that negative. And when you come up, it's pretty much a rack pull. So there's no reason. 2, 3, 4. Oh, good. There's no reason to milk a negative on an RDL. I'm sorry, milk a positive. So long as you're getting that negative, that's where all the hamstring action falls into place. Whew. I mean, we could do as many reps as we wanted here. We're not going to go crazy because still need to use them for later. But we'll hit a good, I don't know, stupid slow 12 and then play it by ear from there. Unless my shoulder says otherwise. Yeah, we'll go 3 seconds down. Hold for 2, and then come on up. I lost count a little bit. We'll give it 3 more. 1. That was good. Whew. Yeah, I felt the shoulder talking to me a little bit at the end, saying, what do you think we're doing? But that was good. Time to move the calves. And today we're pretty much following the same rule of thumb that I was the other workouts this week, which is taking the proprioception set, treating it like the work set, not too much pressure on the tight body and the shoulder itself. Whew. Whew. First leg day back is finished. Man, we have an audience today, so that's always something fun, right? But you got to learn to pose in front of people. Otherwise, what's it for, right? Got some juicy motherfuckers in here too. So, man, on that note, this is the first leg day back since we were sick. Everything was going wrong. Finally, our whole body has some blood back into it. So, without further ado, let's see what it looks like. I put another 2 pounds on last night, so our body's slowly coming back to life. Oh. We finally have some some blood back in our legs. Whew. Hammies, how are we looking? They're there, but thank you, brother. Whew. Man, it's nice to see a body come back to life a little bit.
Sorry?
Oh, not you. I'm talking to the camera. No, you're good, buddy. Appreciate it. Whew. Nice to think things come back to life a little bit. The only thing we haven't trained since we got back to being healthy is arms. We have an arm day tomorrow. I'm glad I stopped taping this because it's still red. That's slowly getting better. But the legs, like I said last time, you know, we had the lines, but the fullness wasn't there. Fullness just came back, and we'll go over the details of the workout on the car ride on the way home. Take it easy, guys. Ooh, baby. All right. So, first leg day back is finished, baby. We had some company in the posing room. Fortunately, nobody minded being on camera, so that made my life pretty easy. Didn't have to hang around and wait. Whew. 232.8 today. So we actually were up another 2 pounds today, which is great. You know, the body seems to be coming back to life a little bit, and well, I'm doing exactly what we needed to do. That's a conditioned body for you, man. Just, you know, I'm telling it to jump, and it's saying how high. So, made some friends afterwards. I went on a rant about diet and nutrition, which I tend to do quite a bit. And let's go over the workout today, right? So, we ended up, we ended up treating today's leg day kind of the same as we've been treating the rest of the workouts this week in general, where that proprioception set, we've been making our work set, instead of stopping at like 6 reps, we're doing a good 10, 12, give or take. The only exception to that today was the RDLs, the remaining deadlifts. Just because I knew I could feel how much weight was being held with that shoulder with, you know, only 135 on the bar. Now, if there was even more on there, I had a feeling we would have had a geyser pop out of my shoulder today. And we didn't need that. I like this shirt, you know? So, aside that, hack squats, we did 4 plates instead of 6. 4 is usually the proprioception set. Gave it a good 10, 12, I gave it a good 10 reps because I felt a little twinge in my quad. Nothing to be concerned about. It was just clearly tight, you know? So, did a good 10 there. Went on to the horizontal leg press I like to use. Same thing, I usually cap it at 6 plates there. Excuse me, oh my god. It was a good leg day. That's usually 12 reps. Capped it at 4 plates, solid 10. From there we went to the RDLs. You know, you saw that set. That was the only set I did there. Besides 45 pounds, just the bar by itself. Before that, just kind of giving it a good stretch. And that's where I knew, before even putting the 135 on there, I knew what it was going to kind of feel like because I could tell how we were holding the weight, you know, just how it was distributed on the body. From there into the donkey calf races, those we were able to do pretty much 100% intensity. You know, I just kind of, when you're holding onto the machine, right, you're kind of just leaning on your forearms, but in turn that puts all the weight in your shoulder too. So I just kind of put as much weight on my left side as I could, and we got a normal clean set of those, clean work set, which was the weight was stacked and put a plate on each side for a good solid 12. Slow down, squeeze up. Those are great. I love that machine, man. I love that machine. From there, inners, outers, extensions, and we did the single leg hamstring curls. I didn't do my sissy squats today. Didn't do my sissy squats. I got here way too late. Way too late. I have to go to the grocery store. I have to somehow get to the grocery store and home in a half hour. The grocery store is 20 minutes away from where I'm at right now. So, you know, I'm not sure how that's going to go, but I have a feeling it's going to go with me not being home in 30 minutes and somebody waiting for me. Oops. But it's alright. You guys know as well as I do, training comes first. So, that was, God, I'm exhausted. That was the workout today, man. We have a slammed busy day tomorrow. It's going to be a super early workout, super early in the morning, to where I might actually wake up twice and have 2 meals, and then wake up for real, have my third, and go train, depending on what time I go to bed tonight, because I have to be at a baby shower tomorrow. At, you know, I got to do real people things, right? I got to be at a baby shower at noon or one of those times, which I should probably figure out. It's for my sister, 7 little boy. So we're gonna raise him to be. Here's my thought, right? We're gonna steal the kid. Okay, now hear me out before it sounds bad. We're gonna steal the kid and raise him like a monk, just a bodybuilding monk, to where he's gonna be Mr. Olympia by. He's got my genetics, I guess, kinda. He's gonna be Mr. Olympia by, let's say 14, because I don't want to rush him, right? And then he's gonna have a. I guess most of the Olympians retire in their late 30s, early 40s. Early 40s is pushing it, but late 30s. So, my little dude is gonna have a 20, call it 22, 23 year reign as Mr. Olympia. And man, that's it's a pretty incredible thing, right? You know. Eat, sleep, train, get fucking huge, as Rich Piano would say. That's what we'll do for the kid. Or maybe not. You know, I'll see how her mom feels about that. You know, I just gotta wait for the right day. The right day to ask. Where, you know, the kid's pissing her off, you didn't sleep well. Like, hey, I'll take the kid off your hands for a couple days if you want, you know? And then, bam, we're in. We're in, baby. So we got the baby shower. And then, I've got to run home, get changed, and then shoot back out to a dinner. Now, I'm not great at planning things. I just tell people, yeah, I'm free that day. When I usually have a lot going on. For example, the baby shower. So, I'm meeting up with 2 real old friends of mine that I haven't seen in, God, besides maybe a passing here and there, years. Grabbing dinner, you know we're grabbing steaks. And that, we're doing that later tomorrow night. that's going to be a good time, man. That's going to be a real good time. So, probably a nice late upload for you guys tomorrow. This one's going to go up pretty quick, obviously. You'll see it before I say so. But tomorrow's going to be a nice late night upload for you guys. Because we'll try to film pretty much most of the day. You know, back and forth and all over the place, and left, right, center, or, you know, all over. You know, from going to the gym, to the workouts, to the posing, to coming home from the gym, to going out afterwards later that night, just to change things up a little bit, you know? Prove to you guys I do, in fact, own a nice shirt. That's not this. This is a nice shirt. But, you know, not a fancy steakhouse shirt. But that's the plan, man. That is the plan, man. You know, like I've always said, I'm not a big drinker in the slightest bit, but special occasions, I'll have one or two or whatever. I'm not really one to go out and get hammered in the slightest bit. I can't. Maybe the last time I did that, I was underage. You know what I mean? That's the last time I went out drinking like that. I must have been 19. Because we all know it just hinders bodybuilding ruthlessly. You know, alcohol just raises your estrogen levels. It takes your body completely out of protein synthesis. Sucker punches your liver and you feel like shit the next day. You know, it's the opposite of what you want for gains. Excuse me. But a nice whiskey, nice bourbon, nice scotch, with some good friends over some steaks. How can you not, man? How can you not? You know, those are the special occasions I like to save my alcohol intake for. You know, things like that. I'll have 1, 2 that night, whatever it is. Cap it at that, I'm sure. Probably end up with one at the baby shower too, so tomorrow's going to be an interesting day. An interesting day to say the least. So, man, that's the plan. We got a busy week ahead of us. So after tomorrow, everything would have been officially trained from this injury, from this illness, I guess you could say. I mean, we've hit it all, so our body should be, you know, the blood is back where it belongs. So I should say. Now, from here on out, it's time to push the limits a little bit. Push the limits a little bit, have some fun with it, put some serious size on. The only other hiccup I have in the foreseeable future is a bachelor party weekend in Miami. And that's at some point in April. So we have a couple solid weeks, not a couple, we have, you know, a good month and a half or more until then. And that's only a weekend, so you know me, I'm going to still get to the gym while we're out in Florida. That's just how I roll, because you know I'm not going to be skipping my workouts. Where is this guy going so fast? Silly people. Where'd he end up with all that speeding? Right back next to me. But, that's the plan, man. So we're gonna, fucking, fingers crossed, knock on wood. Knock on this wood, too, at this point. We're gonna have some great gains coming along with us for the rest of this year. You know, things are looking up. Things are feeling good. So some big stressors in our lives, but we'll conquer them one at a time. One at a time, baby. You know what, on that note, I think that's all I got for you today. So hope you guys have a great day. If you didn't hit your workout out yet, hope you hit it. Hope you smash it. If you did kill it yet, make sure you have another meal. Have a meal while you're eating, while you're watching this, right? Have a meal while you watch the next video. If you're watching this in a month, well then, baby, have a meal for me. Have a meal in the future, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.